skies could be, and now I'm staring at my face above a bathroom sink, saying I want
Eli, this one's for you, my love. I know you love this ride. It's gorgeous. Good morning, family, friends. It is another glorious day here in Florida. It's early. I am going down to the cafe to get some breakfast and do a little bit of work. Unfortunately, it is necessary to do sometimes when we're here on vacation. So I'm gonna start early. I got work I gotta get done. And then I am off to Epcot this afternoon. I think today will be the day I walk you around this magnificent resort.
This house is now a litany, things I thought I'd never be. A man who has opinions on an ottoman, among other things. I used to think I missed the road, the crushing fame, the sold out shows. I just sing head, shoulders, knees and toes like I'd forgotten them. But I'm alive, baby, I'm thriving. Oh yeah, I'm living my best life. I wake up with the sunrise. It does not look a thing like I thought that it would, but I've been getting my steps in, and I sleep with my best friend. It's the best that it has been in a long time. I'm living my best life. Sometimes this sucks to tell the truth, and I took it hard like people do. I'm learning how to eat the fruit that is in season. Never thought I'd be a grown-ass man.
Okay, so I got my breakfast. It took a little while. I didn't do the mobile order, and that is certainly the way to go. Is if you can do the mobile order and bypass the lineup, that's the way to go. Definitely. By the time you get to your food, it's likely going to be cold because the lineup was pretty long here at the Port Orleans food court. So I got some plant-based waffles and some potatoes and some scrambled eggs, and I'm going to start my day off and get my work done. You see this here behind me? I'm tucked away into the corner here, and this is the big room behind me. So let's enjoy some breakfast. Breakfast is done. I am full. I thought I would just kind of share. I had 4 of the plant-based waffles. I only got down 2 of them. So it is definitely shareable. They're a bit more dense than the regular waffles, regular Mickey waffles. Depending on how big your eaters are, I think the meals can be shareable. It was a $14 breakfast, which it was a good amount of food. So you're sharing that, so not so bad. People are always like, oh, Disney prices for food, and I did buy some groceries so that I didn't normally do breakfast because I kind of grab and go, but I think this is definitely worth it. It is a pretty good meal, and I am stuffed. Anyways, I'm going to give you the quick tour around. I am staying at the Port Orleans Riverside, and my room is in Magnolia Band. But anyways, so yeah, when you first come in, this is it. There's a nice little seating area here and 2 queen beds, which are quite lovely. It's got a fridge, which is also one of my hacks. And the reality of it is I am not a pro by any means, but I have traveled to Disney enough to know what I like, what I don't like, and what works, and some of the little hidden secrets, if you will. And one of the things that I like to do, and now with Amazon Prime, it's much easier to do, but I've used always this thing called Grocer. So I got an email earlier today that my groceries that I ordered, which is just a case of water and some breakfast snacks and things like that, are in bell service. So I just have to give them a call and they'll bring them up here to me. Coffee is down here. Milk is not a thing for coffee down here, so I got some milk and things for that for my morning coffee so that I can prepare it here in the room before I head out for the day. That was kind of my idea, and just kind of a few breakfast snackies before we start hitting the parks. So this is the bed space, obviously, and this is kind of like, this is the bath area, and I'm pleased to see that there is a bathtub in here. Most of the newer units only have showers. So just a little note, if you ever stay at the Port Orleans Hotel, this is where you'll kind of walk up after check-in, and so instinctively you want to go up these stairs, which is what I did with two big luggage cases. But had I continued walking through this pathway, I would have come to this elevator system. So there's an elevator tucked in here, and there is a third floor as well, so it's kind of nice to know that there's an elevator's there, so you don't have to it's fine for when you're here, but when you're bringing up luggage, it is not easy. Anyways. This is Magnolia Terrace, and we're gonna go for a little tour. It's the best that it has been for a long time. It's the best that it has been for a long time. I'm living my best life. Each little estate has its own pool area, which is kind of a little quieter than the main pool, which is lovely. So I'll just show you what that looks like. You'll see over there. There's an option to do laundry, albeit expensive, but there is a place to do it if you need to. So this is one of several. The entire resort kind of loops around this river system, and it's pretty easy to walk. It is large, but it's not as large as some of them. I think Saratoga Springs is extremely large, almost as well as the campground. You almost need to have a golf cart to get around. They do have an internal bus system that you can use, but we're going to take you over and see the campground later on. it is one of our family's favorite places to visit when we come to Florida and we come to Disney. When we were starting to come to Disney when the kids were younger, it was kind of the only way we could afford to come. When we always brought somebody as well, like whether it was Grandma enjoyed a trip with us, both grandmas. We brought Maddie once. So we're always traveling with extra people. So sometimes, to be able to do that, we found staying at the campground gave us that opportunity to be able to bring them and be a little more affordable. We only just, I think in 2013 was when I ran my very first marathon here. My first half marathon. I've ran 4 since, but my first half marathon was the first time we actually stayed in a hotel. And I'm not gonna lie, it was this hotel and I loved it. It was quite the experience, and of course I've been wanting to come back to this resort, and what better way? Celebrate my 50th at the very resort that I celebrated my very first half marathon. So this was a very special trip. It was back then and it is now. So I like the Port Orleans Riverside as well. I mean, I'm gonna take you over and show you around the French Quarter as well. They are walkable from one another. It's more of the party vibe and the Mardi Gras kind of idea, where this is a little bit more laid back. But the reason I like this one so much, it is a moderate hotel, but it's just the other side of the value hotel. And here's a little fishing hole. Hi. No, just looking. Thank you though. So they do have little signs everywhere. This here that I'm passing by is the Muddy Rivers Cafe. It's where you can kind of have a quick serve poolside lunch if you'd like. They do serve some nice specialty drinks, and there's a nice bar. I do believe that you can get some snack foods in here as well. But this is the main pool area. I'm going to go in around the other side here where it's a little easier to gain access. All right, let's just take a little walk around here. It has a really neat little water slide over there for the little ones. Oh, it's windy here. Hopefully the wind isn't too bad here. But this is the main area. So the boat ride is the sit-down table service, and then they have a quick serve cafe style food court in there as well. Lounge in here, which I don't believe that the entertainers have returned from COVID yet, but I think that they're starting to over at the Riverside or at the French Quarter. So we're gonna go on over there and take a little boat ride. But before that, I'm gonna go through the front. I'm going to show you the one thing that the boys really loved about this resort. It was this thing. See this right there? This arcade is massive compared to some of them, so this was a big win for Mom and Dad when we got this this resort for the boys. They loved it. And it's not unlike any other arcade where you buy your tickets and you fill a card and you swipe for the point system. Arcade areas, it can get pricey, especially if you've got lots of kiddos that want to play these games for hours and hours. So we would always give the boys, when they were really, it's really loud in here. Maybe I'll tell you this story. It's really loud in here. I don't know if you can. Oh, Space Invaders, guys. Woohoo! Here's an old, oh, look at Galaga. This is Pac-Man. Oh, now I'm admitting my age. When the kids were really little, we used to find, when we were at the parks, they would want Mickey ice creams and they would want balloons and they would want lots of different souvenir-y kind of ideas and stuff, but it would get really expensive. So, you know, we decided very early on when they were younger to give them each, you know, I would give them each like $100 bill, and they would be able to spend that however they chose to for the week. And if they wanted to blow all $100 in here in the first hour, that was their choice. They did not get anything else. They weren't allowed to get their balloons and all of those other things. So once they started to realize that, you know what, spending it so fast here was not the way that they wanted to spend their money. So they started to learn a little bit more what was important. Mitchell really got into the pin trading and buying those pins. He really loved those. We got a big book for those. I would always, when they were little, and especially when we were having strollers, I would always buy a balloon so that I could identify the stroller once we got off the ride. That was another way that we also, I wouldn't make them spend their money on that, but I would get that for them. But yeah, so we're gonna go out here into the main area, the main foyer. So this is where you would check in. This is your bell service is out the front there. This is your concierge area.
Pixie dust, we do Mickey tie-dye. French Quarter does Mickey tie-dye and make your own Mardi Gras mask.
Oh, I think you said margarita. I was like, all right, let's go over there.
Oh, yeah, no. I know, I wish, right?
Adult activity.
Super cool. That's a great idea.
Sorry, it's a mess right now. We try to make it fun.
Oh,
Sorry,
who wouldn't love to
refilled.
make their own tie-dye though? That's awesome. Joyful yellow. You can't just call it yellow.
No, I like.
What color is pixie dust?
That is gold.
Gold.
Yes, so we have gold and stuff like that.
Dragon.
We have two 50th colors. That's our pixie dust and our Minnie's Royal Pink. So that way it's like a rose gold and a gold to kind of go along with the Castle's new paint job and stuff like that.
Look at iridescent. Awesome. All right, I am at the French Quarter where the real Mardi Gras is actually happening and taking place in New Orleans, I'm told. So there's a big party happening, but you can find it here any day. So that's what the theme of this hotel is. I am heading to Scat Cat to grab myself these infamous beignets. I'm told they're to die for, and the whole chatter, I don't know if it's a YouTube thing that everybody's talking about these things, but anywhere that I'm standing in line or doing anything, everybody's like, have you tried the beignets? So I think it's my moral imperative to go try these beignets. So off I go. But not before I stop to smell these roses. Oh, these are these roses? I don't know what they are. Yeah, they are. But they are gorgeous. Oh my gosh, the gardens around here, guys. I probably could never work here in the heat outside, so I think my dream job wouldn't consist of gardening, but man, the gardeners here are gifted. They're beautiful.
She wasn't a smart anymore that was on the challenge. She doesn't like it. Benjamin! Because the thing with her bubble outside though, like, I'll do like a hand. So what is saying?
I was gonna try to use the knife and fork on this thing, but I don't think that's an option. I am just gonna dive right in. Oh my gosh, they're so warm. And the caramel sauce that I got with them is extremely warm too. I think the key is, because it's served so warm, it is just like a big warm hug. That is good. It's just basically warm dough with powdered sugar. It's extremely good. So I get the craze. I understand it. We can't do this messy. It's so good. It's so good. I planned on being here much sooner than I was. I am at Epcot, and it's literally almost closed. I was just trying to get the last of the show. I ended up going back to the hotel after my beignet snack and ended up falling asleep and had a nap. So I'm here. I couldn't come to Disney and not ride Eli's favorite ride, which is Spaceship Earth. And hopefully I can catch the show over the water. That's all I want to do. So that is the goal. Hopefully I'm not too late. I always remember hearing people refer to Epcot in the acronym that every parent comes out tired. And ain't that the truth? There's some tired babies leaving right now. This one's for you, my love. I know you love this ride. It's gorgeous.
I'm like still like my long time.
We're that close to getting to ride Spaceship Earth. Unfortunately, technical issues shut her down. Sorry, babe. Wasn't able to do that one for you, Eli. But now we're gonna go watch Harmonious again. It was such a gorgeous show the other day. I was here before and I saw it. So it's gonna start here momentarily. So. Howdy, Woody, Bo Peep. This is a new touch that they've added, is undercarriage. You got the glow underneath the monorail. It's a really neat touch. Looks cool at night.
Baby, I'm thriving. Yeah, yeah. I'm living my best life. I wake up with the sunrise. It does not look a thing like I thought that it would, but I've been getting my steps in, and I sleep with my best friend. It's the best that it has been in a long time. I'm living my best life. Yeah, living my best life. Yeah. Come on. I'm living my best life, the best that I can. No more worry or stress life, 'cause I'm done with it. I'm as light as can be. I'm as fresh as a breeze, right where I wanna be.
Just waiting for the show to start, but I had to share this with you guys. I haven't eaten dinner yet, and it's almost 9 o'clock. Like I said, I had a nap. But I got this street corn. Corn on the cob. It's got like a herb crusted something or other on it, so we'll see if it's any tasty.
Sorry. I didn't mean to say that.
I think they OD'd on the crust. That's good, but I couldn't taste any corn. Anyway, let's try that again. Yummy. It's very garlicky. But it's tasty. Well, cheers. The show's about to start.
haven't found somehow. There are other places, there are a million pretty faces, but I want peace, it's where I am now. I used to worry about the future, but the future never came. Tried living in the past, but never did quite feel the same. I used to think that there was a place I would rather be, till I got there enough times to realize that you are only ever here. That's when I